Hello guys, Big Ol' Gil here, and today I'm going to be doing another Minecraft mod review. I am going to be showing you the Balkons weapon mod. This is a really cool mod. They just added loads of new weapons to Minecraft. These range from like thrown weapons to melee weapons and also to ranged weapons. So without further ado, let's just get into this. Okay, so I've just kind of set up a little demonstration area here. I've got the melee weapons, the projectile weapons, and the thrown weapons. And also we have this target dummy, which comes complementary with the mod. It's a very nice model. Now I'll just talk about this first actually. This never breaks. You can hit this as much as you want and you cannot get rid of it. Even on creative as I am now, it will stay there. Now that's really cool. It's just a nice thing to have in your house or in your garden, you know, just to test your weapons on. Okay, so I just quickly popped in survival here because I don't want to break anything. Don't make sure that I don't actually break anything. And yeah, I'll get into the melee weapons. So here we have all the melee weapons that this mod adds, and we have first of all here the iron spear. Now I'm doing the iron weapons on this, but these all come in different varieties. So you can get the diamond, gold, stone, iron, and some of them wood, but not all of them wood. Now, first of all, I'll start here. This is the spear. Now, the spear can be used as a melee weapon here, so I'll just show you on the dummy. You can smack this about a bit. This does the same amount of damage as an iron sword, I believe. But another special thing about the spear is that you can throw it as well. So if you just right click, as you can see, it will fly forward. It does have quite good range on it, but it's not a powerful weapon. You know, it takes 3 or 4 spears to kill the usual zombie, and the spear hit does not actually do as much damage as the normal melee attack with the spear. So that is all cool. Next of all, here we have the iron halberd, and now this is some kind of like long one-sided axe thing. I'm not really sure what this is, but this does quite a lot of damage. And if you right click, you can flip sides. So here you can hit with the back and here with the front. Now this is melee only, you cannot actually throw this one. Next, here we have the battle axe. Now this is also just a melee weapon, you just hit with this. But also if you right click, you can block with this one, unlike the halberd. And I imagine this has quite good block because, you know, it's a fairly big item. Now here's one of my favourites. This is the warhammer. Now if you just right click with this, or left click with this, sorry, you can hit things. But after you get a certain amount of charge, after killing mobs, you can hold right click, charge this up, and then fire it. It gives this really cool particle effect, and that will also clear out mobs, so that will like blast them all back, so a quite big knockback. Now here, another one of my favourite weapons is the knife or the dagger. Now I've got the iron one here. You can hit with these. They don't do as much damage as a sword, but here's the good feature of them. If you right click with this, you can throw them. That's right, people. Throwing knives in Minecraft. Very nice. Now that one seems to have actually disappeared. But yeah, these are really cool, and if you get a good stack of them, you can just kind of lob these at mobs and then pick them up afterwards, so that's really good. Here we have the flail. Now the flail, I believe you're meant to right click to kind of deploy this flail ball and then swing it around to hit mobs, but it doesn't really work with me that well. For some reason it's a bit glitchy, as you can see, it kind of lags a bit. The strings not attached, stuff like that, but apart from that, this is still a really cool looking weapon and a really cool idea as well. You can just kind of swing this into enemies instead of hitting them with it. Here we have the fire rod. Now the fire rod is kind of like the spear. You can't throw it though, but you can block with it, it would appear. But if you just hit mobs with this, it will set them alight. And here we have the iron katana. This is just like the iron sword, but it's a katana really. It's just a different shape. Very nice looking. You can block with this as well. Okay, now we're going to move on to the projectile weapons. Now, there aren't as many projectile weapons as the melee weapons, but there is quite a lot of stuff that is added with them. So we have the blunderbuss, the musket, and yeah, I'll just get the ammos for these and I'll show these off first. So the blunderbuss, we'll start with here. This is kind of like a shotgun style This is a shotgun style weapon that fires out pellets. Now you see here, it still has quite a lot of range on it, but you do more damage the closer you are to the mob. So if you're in a crowd of mobs, you get really close, you only hit one. However, if you go like this, you can kind of riot control, you'll be able to hit like probably 3 or 4. That's a really cool feature. And here we have the musket. Now the musket is not as powerful and has, I think, a bit of a longer reload, but it's much more accurate, as you can hit an enemy from quite a few blocks away like this. However, one thing to note is that these will have quite a lot of recoil and quite a lot of reload time. These aren't rapid at all. These are, you know, mainly long range weapons, or I maybe used this once and then switched to a melee weapon. Probably wouldn't depend on these solely, but these are still really cool weapons. Really nice models, as you can see. Okay, now we'll just get another weapon. Put these back in here. And here we have the blowgun and the crossbow. Now, the crossbow here is just like a much more powerful version of the bow. So this uses crossbow bolts, and what you do, you have to just charge this up with a right click, and by releasing it, you will fire a bolt. Now it appears that these bolts actually drop, so you can pick them back up, which is very cool. Now this does have quite a lot of range on it. If you look over here, you can see it goes quite far. Oh, actually, it goes very far. Looks like we might hit that tree over there. So this has some extreme range for all you snipers out there. Very nice. And that's bolt. And here is the blowgun. Now the blowgun, I like this. This is one of my favourite weapons actually in this. This takes the poisonous darts, and what you do is with the blowgun you charge it up. You reload it, you charge it up, and there's a really nice breath sound effect here, and then you release it, and this will actually poison enemy mobs, so they will take damage continuously until they die, which is a really, really cool feature. And now here we have the last projectile weapon, if you can call it that, and that is the cannon. Now I'm going to take the cannon over, actually we'll just fire the cannon around. Place the cannon down. This is a really nice model, really cool, although this is not mobile, so you have to set this down in one place and then use it from one place. Cool though if you want to arm up your pirate ship or your castle, something like that. It's really cool. So what you've got to do with this is you have to have a gunpowder and a cannonball in your inventory, and then you right click it with the cannonball. Hold on a sec. Alright, so right click with the cannonball, and you can see it takes the ammo away, and then by pressing shift you fire. Now this is quite a big blast radius, although it is quite expensive to fire, so I would not be using this on single mobs. I would try and get a crowd before So as you can see, also it drops blocks, unlike some of the explosives that I've seen. This one does actually drop some of the blocks, so if you wanted to, you could mine with this, although I would not recommend that. Okay guys, now finally here, in the last couple of minutes, we're just going to head on to the throwing weapons. So the first throwing weapon I'm going to show you is the javelin. Now this is like the spear, but this one you charge up with a right click and release. And this one, as you can see, has a much longer range on it. There's not really much of an arc with this. It's really, really, really powerful. So you can just right click, see if I can get this actually. Oh, not very far. Well, that's still pretty far, considering the fact that the spear just kind of went and only went a couple blocks. Okay, so next here we have the boomerang. Now the boomerang is also a really, really nice weapon. You charge this up and you throw it, and if this hits a mob, it will sometimes come back to you, but also might just lodge itself on the ground, which is, you know, not hugely desirable, but is realistic. However, if you throw this like up in the air, you will see it fly away, and then it'll come flying back to you, which is really cool. It's a really nice animation, nice model on this, nice particles, very cool. And lastly here we have the dynamite. Now the dynamite is basically dynamite. It's just thrown TNT practically. So I think you get a few piece of dynamite for a TNT block, and if you just right click with this, it makes a really nice noise, really nice particle effect. It will then vanish and explode like this. Now the explosion is not huge, but it's will still do a lot of damage to enemy mobs, and it's still a really nice weapon. Okay guys, that is it for this mod showcase. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also comment if you have any opinions on this mod. I'll leave a download link in the description if you like the look of this and you want to try it out for yourself. I'm sorry for not showing you recipes on this video guys, but I don't have a lot of space left to record on, so yeah, I'll see if I can fix that for the next one. Yeah, I'll see you later guys, thanks, bye.